Hello and welcome. I'm Knight's Angel, and we're back working on the head. Well, in the last episode, I told you I was going to get the other ear taken care of first, or finish with the other ear before off camera and get started on this one. And that's pretty much what I did. So, this is what we're currently on. That's all that's left to do with on this ear, aside from dealing with that. And I'm probably going to go the easy route. Went in the final touch up and, well, I don't know yet. I may go and grab a little snippet of fur and fill that in, or I may just trim it out. I don't know yet. Or take a piece of our pink material and cover that up. However, over here we have something that came out much, much better than anticipated. You almost can't tell where I made the mistakes. Almost. And then you actually take a closer look. I'm just like rotating this everywhere, so. But, as you can see, we are almost done. I'm probably going to have to get in there with the glue gun. But we are progressing nicely. Let me just get this on my makeshift selfie stick. A little cam stick thing. Now, this is going to be a little bit more fun because, again, we have very limited room to work with. So, I'm going to go ahead and set a couple of sticks off to the side out of our little supply. Set our little cleaner where I can grab it. And we are ready to roll. I'm going to go ahead and drop a little bit of glue down in there. Press that down. Okay. Now, you're going to have to pardon my big hands getting in the way, as it's going to get a little tricky to maneuver all of this, so. Now, one of the things I found while doing this is when you pull back the furs to see the very edge, press down on it as you're applying the glue, and it'll make it a little bit easier to keep the fur out of your way. one thing you can do to deal with the excess is take pretty much a little tool and just very carefully scrape it. We only want the excess, not the whole thing. So be careful with that. And pretty much once it's not near a high enough heat source, it's going to solidify pretty easily. So keep that in mind. And don't worry too much about how much glue you actually get stuck in the fur. There's one, it will happen. And you will get it all over yourself as well. And 2. Somehow I managed to get a piece to actually to fight against gravity. Now if you need to go back over it, do so. But otherwise don't worry too much about it. As to be completely honest, the first 2 heads I was working on, I just straight up sewed it all together, so that's why my seams are like absurd right now. And if you're not certain about it actually catching, one thing you'll actually notice is if you have a good amount of glue in there, like just the right amount, you'll actually feel the heat off of it. And I am sorry if my voice is coming out either both very coarse and very loud. I am right behind the camera, which I'm pretty sure you can see from here. Alright, we are going to try and bring the camera down a little bit so you can see where I'm at. I just got this thing out of focus, out of frame. Okay. And we're pretty much just going to do the same thing as the last one. That's just fold it over. So. Let's go ahead and just adjust that real quick. Because we're going to be bringing all of this back together. Like that. So I want to make sure that we get our alignment nice and pretty. So we're going to trim this edge up a little bit, since we don't need that much. thank you. It did actually take me a little bit of time to get this situated, so. And there we go. But we're going to see how much more we are going to need to take off here in just a second. Okay. Now we're getting to that little itty bitty tip there. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Keep that right in focus there. I'll try and keep that in focus there. So this is going to be the hard part. And yes, I am a little nervous because this is very tricky. And after I gave this a chance to set and make itself all pretty, I'm going to have to do one more thing to it, and then I can move on. So, go ahead and clean that off real quick. Make that nice and pretty. What we're going to do is we're going to start by adding just a little bit here, folding it over. Okay. We need to trim just a wee bit more off of that, so we get it to close nicely. So, slide that back a little bit. I'm sorry if there's going to be any glare because these things are very shiny. And they're shiny enough. Oh, right, that's right in the camera. You can almost see me in the background. And my selfie stick. But I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. In truth. So. Now the fun part. You need a little bit more off of there. Just a wee bit. There we go. Yep. Clean that up a little bit. Even though I'm just about to go put more on it. Okay. And before it all gets stuck together, we're going to stick it together. So it's not going to come out as nice as the other one, but it will look a lot different once I give it a quick brushing. So, I'm going to let that sit for just a moment. This. Just a moment, folks. I am uncoordinated and probably not very good as a professional. Yeah, I know it's not very even, but there they are. And that actually took a little bit longer than I was planning, so I am probably in the next video, if not the next one after it, I'm going to finish up well, and there we go. It's still a mess, but we're getting there. More likely in the next video we'll be back under here, putting all that together, getting our jaw in place. Now, if you'll excuse me, well, probably need to do my outro. I'm Night's Angel. Thank you for joining me. If you push whatever buttons you feel like, or whatever buttons I deserve, good, bad, or indifferent, and leave your thoughts, comments, what have you, and I will see you all next time. I'm Night's Angel. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a better day. Now I gotta go find a coffee can.